सम्पूर्णमा एलिभेट एकाडेमी अनलाइन लर्निङ प्लेटफर्मको तर्फबाट नमस्ते। आज मैले हजुरहरूको सामु टाइप्स अफ फङ्सन टपिक लिएर उपस्थित भएको छु। यो चाहिँ डिफरेन्शियल क्याल्कुलसको एउटा सब टपिक अन्तर्गत पर्दछ। यो भिडियो मुख्यतः कक्षा 11-12 मा पढ्ने भाइ बहिनीहरूलाई अलि बढी इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुनेछ। तपाईहरू कक्षा 10 मा हुनुहुन्छ भने पनि तपाईहरूलाई यो भिडियो इन्ट्रोडक्सन बुझ्न चाहनुहुन्छ भने उपयोगी हुनेछ। तर मुख्यतः यो भिडियो कक्षा 11 र 12 मा पढ्ने भाइ बहिनीहरूको लागि हो। So we will start from the topic. The topic is written type of function. So here it is written functions can broadly be classified into two categories. Functions can be categorized into two types. They are algebraic function and the next one is transcendental function. So at first we will study about algebraic function. So what is algebraic function? A function obtained by performing operations upon the variable x and any number of constants and a finite number of operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and root extraction is called an algebraic function. So now I will show you some examples of algebraic function that will make you more clear. So here are some examples of algebraic function. So you have seen y is equal to 5x cube plus 7x square minus 3x plus 4. This is an algebraic function. Similarly, y is equal to square root x square plus 7x minus 4. This is also an algebraic function. And this type of function also you have seen in class 10 if you are the student of class 11 and 12. Okay. Y is equal to x cube plus 5 by x square minus x plus 1. It is also a kind of algebraic function. Okay. So now you have to understand two important kinds of algebraic function. The first one is polynomial function. A function px is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus dot 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 in the form of a to the subscript n x to the superscript to the power n. This is the structure of a polynomial function. So you have to remember this. Okay. In that particular structure, x being a real where n is a positive integer and a0 a1 it is written in subscript an and a to the subscript n are real numbers, and it is also called a polynomial function in degree x of degree n. Of polynomial function in x of degree n. You have to remember this. So for example, the polynomial functions are 5x cube minus 7x square plus 3x minus 2. I guess you have solved these problems in class 8, 9 and 10. Okay. This is an example of polynomial function. 2x cube minus 5x plus 4. Okay. This is also an example of polynomial function. I think these questions you have solved in class 9 and 10. Okay. So now let's study about rational function. So a function of form rx is equals to px by qx. This is the structure of a rational function. If you see a function in this structure, then you should get in your mind the idea that this is absolutely a rational function. Similarly, we move forward. Here it's written where px, this one, numerator px and qx, which is the denominator, are the polynomial functions in x, and qx is not equal to 0. It's called a rational function. So for example, you can say 4x minus 5 by x square minus 5x plus 4. This is an example of rational function. 4x minus 5 is the numerator, where x square minus 5x plus 4 is the denominator. Okay, you have to remember these things. Now we will see is a rational function. That means this is a rational function which is defined for all real values of x except x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 4. Okay, when the denominator vanishes. If we put x is equals to 1 or x is equal to 4, then denominator it's disappears, gone, it's vanished. So we can't put x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 4. So except these numbers, you can put any value of x. Okay, then it will be verified. So now we will study about transcendental function. Transcendental function. So what's the definition of transcendental function? A function which is not algebraic is a transcendental function. In the form of sin x, cos x, tan x, cosec x, sec x, cot x. What are these? These are the transcendental functions. So different types of transcendental functions are trigonometrical functions. Trigonometrical functions is also a type of transcendental functions. So inverse trigonometrical functions. Inverse trigonometrical functions is also a type of transcendental function. And next one is exponential function. Exponential function is also a type of transcendental function. So now we will first study about the trigonometrical function. The trigonometrical functions are sin x, cos x, tan x, cos x, sec x, and cot x. These are the trigonometrical functions. Okay. Now inverse trigonometrical functions. These inverse trigonometrical functions you will study in class 12. Okay, but you have some idea about inverse trigonometrical functions in class 10, but deeply in derivative it will be studied in class 12. Okay, inverse trigonometrical functions. The functions are sine inverse x, cos inverse x. We can't pronounce it sine minus 1x. It is the wrong way of pronunciation. You should pronounce sine inverse x, cos inverse x, tan inverse x, cosec inverse x, sec inverse x. Cot inverse x have been defined earlier. Okay. So now we will study about exponential function. Exponential function. Let a is greater than 0 be a real number. So if x is a positive integer, then we define a to the power x. Okay, x times a is x times. So this is the another pattern. A to the power x is equal to 1 by a x times. Okay, so if x is a rational number p by q, then we define a to the power x is equals to a to the power p by q, or it's similar. Okay, a to the power p by q or a to the power 1 by q whole to the power p. These both are same. Okay, these both are same, where a to the power 1 by q is a root of the equation y to the power q is equals to a. Okay, a to the power x is also known as exponential function. This may be important in some MCQ questions. What is the form of exponential function? So a to the power x is a form of exponential function. Now for example, you can say 7 to the power x. These are the this is the exponential function. E to the power 3x, it is also an exponential function. 3 to the power 4x, this is also an exponential function, are the exponential function. Now we will study about the logarithmic function. Logarithmic function are important in class 11 and 12. If you are the student of class 10, it is not necessary for you. Okay, these are important for the students who are studying in class 11 and 12. logarithmic function. Let a is greater than 1, then the logarithm of the real number x with respect to the base a is a number y such that e to the power y is equals to x. Then we write y as y is equals to log ax. This is the structure of a logarithmic function and is also known as the logarithmic function of x. You have to remember this. Now, some examples of the logarithmic functions are these. Okay, for example, log to the power 5 subscript 5. Okay, this is the pattern of writing logarithmic function. Log 5x. You should not pronounce log subscript 5x. It is the wrong way of pronunciation. You have to pronounce log 5x. Log a 5x plus 7. This is the correct way of pronunciation. Log 7x are the logarithmic function. Now we will study about the explicit functions. Okay, explicit functions. Functions expressed directly in terms of the independent variable x is an explicit function. So for example, you can say y is equal to cos x. It is a explicit function. Y is equal to sin x, sin 4x plus 7. It is also an explicit function. Y is equal to plus square root 1 minus x square. It's also a explicit function or the explicit function. Okay, these are some examples of explicit function. Now we will study about the last and the final content of this video and this topic. Okay, this is the implicit function. When a function y is not expressed directly in terms of x, but x and y are given by the same relation, where y cannot be solved in terms of x, is implicit function. We have studied about the types of functions, and I guess you have understood what I have taught you till now. Share this videos among your friends and like and subscribe this video for this type of important videos in the coming days. So thank you so much.